In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can white label GoHighLevel. Now, you used to only be able to do this on their unlimited plan and SaaS Pro plan, but now you can actually also do it on their $97 per month starter plan, which is pretty amazing. Now right here, I've already changed this color to show you that this works. I'll also show you how to change your logo, connect your own custom domain, so that instead of GoHighLevel, it says your domain right here, and any other way that you can white label GoHighLevel. So to get started, just open up settings from within your agency menu and click on company in the left menu. Now here you can see I've already changed this background as well. It doesn't look great, but I'll show you how this works. So you just go to white label, and then first of all you can upload your own logo. So let's just click upload logo, and then I'll just upload my channel logo right here, and you can now see it pop up right here in the top left. So now we have our own logo on the platform. Now another step is your white label domain and API domain. Let's start with the white label domain. What you want to do is type in a domain that you own. Now I'm going to use a subdomain just like GoHighLevel here, which is app.gohighlevel.com, but you could also just type in yourdomain.com. But again, I'm going to do app.a domain that I own, .live in my case, but for you it may be .com or something else. Now click add domain, then connect your domain / subdomain, click continue. Now it's going to be setting up your domain. You will probably need to add some DNS records, but I'll show you exactly how that works. So here I only need to add a CNAME. What we're going to do is just open up the domain registrar, which is where you bought your domain. For me it's on GoDaddy. It could also be Namecheap or Hostinger or somewhere else for you. Just go to your account and then go to domain. And basically you want to go to the DNS editing section. So on GoDaddy you will have DNS right here. Then you just click add new record. Now I have to add a CNAME, and for my domain I used a subdomain with the host being app. For you this may be www or something else. Just paste in what it says and then copy the part at the right here, paste that in here and click save. Now we've added the DNS record. Now it can take a couple of minutes or even a couple of hours to propagate. So if we click verify records, it probably won't work instantly. It could, but it's probably going to take up to a couple of minutes. So just wait until this stops loading and it is connected. So right here we can now see it is connected. That's the white label domain that we will see here at the top. But then we have an API domain. Now the API domain, as you can see here, configure your API domain in order to brand all the links that get generated across your sub-accounts for things like forms, calendars, etc. So basically, if you're going to resell this to clients or give clients access under your own domain, you don't want them to click on a form and see GoHighLevel as the domain. So in that case, what you want to do here is, for example, just do API.yourdomain or whatever other subdomain you want to use for this, then click add domain, and the steps are the same right here. So we're now going to connect a domain that will be used for API requests. So in this case, the host is going to be API since I have api.mydomain. So go back to your DNS records, add another CNAME record. The name in this case for me is API, then copy the part at the right, paste that in under value and click save. So now we've also added that CNAME record, and we're again going to click verify records, which could again take up to a couple of minutes. Now for me last time it only took probably 15 seconds, so it can also be very quick. So for me it took another 15 seconds or so. Now you can choose if you want to enable Google login. This doesn't matter that much. Then here you have your policies, so you can upload your own privacy policy and terms and condition URL. You can also leave this blank, and I believe it will then use GoHighLevels. So if you want to white label it, you want to enter your own terms and conditions and privacy policy. Just make sure to set that up right. But then we have the most fun part, so we can do custom JavaScript or custom CSS code. Personally, I use CSS because I have a really helpful Chrome extension for this. So you can see I've already added some stuff. If I remove this and click on Save Changes, and then I refresh the platform, you can see it will revert back to the default colors of GoHighLevel. Now this obviously looks better since I just picked some random colors, but I'll show you how you can do this too. But before I do that, you can choose between a light theme as well as a dark theme. Usually I think it's set to the dark theme automatically, but if you want you can also set the light theme, but now I'll also show you how you can customize it for yourself. So what you're going to do is install a Chrome extension, so you do need to be using Chrome for this. So the Chrome extension is called Visual CSS Editor. I'm not sponsored or anything by them, but it's just really helpful to have. So install Visual CSS Editor onto your Chrome and then open it up here in the top right. So get the Visual CSS Editor. Now right here you will see this. Select any element on the page to start making changes. So what you want to do is just select a background, even a piece of text, whatever you would like to change. So most often people will want to change this section in the left. So you go ahead and click on it right here. You can change all of this stuff. You can add shadows. For example, if I go right here, I can add a shadow onto this background. But what I'm actually going to set up is go to background right here. And now if I go to color, I can just select any color I want for this left menu. And that's going to be changed globally, since this is a global section that shows up everywhere. So what you can do is either add your own hex code right here. You can use these sliders here to choose whatever color you want. You can also use one of these here or click right here to change the colors that you see. For example, soft colors right here, whatever you want to change it to. I kind of like this one. Or what you can even do is select an image. So you can go stock images. And then here you can choose any image you want as the background. Again, doesn't look great, but it is an option. And even cooler is you can use gradients. So they have a ton of gradients right here that you can just use. So for example, I can choose this one, and now I have a gradient on this left section, which could look pretty good if you can find one with your own kind of colors. But I'll also show you how you can customize the colors since they don't have everything available. Now first, you can also use this slider here to change the composition. So for example, I'll use this one called Netflix. It looks pretty nice. And now what you want to go and do is click on export right here. It's then going to give you all of the CSS code for stuff that you made changes to. So you just copy all of this, then you go down here to custom CSS, and first you close the editor. So again, come down here, custom CSS, paste in the code we've got right here. Now, if you want to change what it exactly looks like, right here you have the gradient with the hex codes. So you could also just change the hex code right here to something else, and it will then use that color. But what we're going to do is click on Save Changes, and now it's going to save the changes. Now you want to refresh the page, and you will see it update to the colors we just set. Now even if I switch to a sub account, you can see this color is universal. Now I also added a shadow to it, which I would probably want to delete because that doesn't look very nice. But this is how you can use the custom CSS editor. Now you may want to, for example, change some stuff on this page. And right here we are again going to click on the extension, go to Visual CSS Editor, and now we can change anything we want on this page. For example, you can change the entire background of this stuff, you can change the measures or sizing, you can change the background of this overall section. So again, you can come into background, change the color here to anything that you would like it to be. So now if I go and click export right here, I again get the CSS code, which I can just copy and paste in the custom CSS section. Now if I close the editor, I can now reopen it and change something else. Now you also have this menu on the left with element inspector, which we are seeing right here at work. Then you have navigator, so you have the different sections. You have responsive mode, you have a measuring tool where you can measure stuff, you have a wireframe where you can see everything mapped out, and you get design information. So basically you can just go through the entire website, go through all the pages and change anything you want. Now if you upgrade to Agency Pro or their SaaS Pro plan, you can customize a lot more, because here you will get SaaS mode with custom objects, email, phone and text rebuilding, split testing, agent reporting, advanced API access, the AI conversational bot, and basically in this plan you can customize really anything you want, and you can actually sell GoHighLevel as your own software. But if you're simply giving your clients access to GoHighLevel and you would like to maybe bill them for it, or you want to just show it as your own software for whatever reason, then the steps that I showed you in this video are perfect. Now, I will also create a full SaaS tutorial on GoHighLevel, how you can fully set up your SaaS plans, create the website to sell it, and basically everything you need to know about that. But now you have your own GoHighLevel Now, by the way, one more thing, right here it will still show the GoHighLevel domain, that's just the domain that you use. But now if I just search for this domain that I connected earlier, so app.danistutorials.live, it's going to take the visitor right here with your logo, your domain. Then here they can sign in using their details. If they click terms and conditions, it will take them to your terms and conditions. And once they sign in, they will just go directly into their own sub account. So now you know how you can white label GoHighLevel. If this video was helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel. And using the link down in the description, you can get an extended 30-day free trial to the GoHighLevel starter or unlimited plan. With that being said, I will see you in the next video.